All right, we welcome you to now a divisional playoff edition of Instant Mick tonight. Like a little preview of this one now. Last week was great for me. Your boy Instant Mick did really good in his picks. I gotta say, last week I won 5 out of the 6 games. I went 5-1, while Q only had like one and five. I mean, and Max went 3-3. So I pretty much beat both of them. So Instant Mick, as usual, knows his football. You like both know their football too, but just like, man. But still, like, don't underestimate my picks, man. That's what I can say. Well, let's get into this tonight. Let's recap some of the games we had last week. Of course, Instagram just got back from the Bonnies game. That's why I started an hour later tonight, because gotta go support my team, no local team. Save my D1 basketball. So good win for the night. Wasn't pretty, but they got the win over Richmond. A huge bounce back win after losing back-to-back games. So that's a huge win for them. So it was good. It was a good game to be at. So good one over Richmond. Congrats to the Bonnies. 15-3 on the season. Seriously, this has been impressive. I'm feeling good about it. Not too confident, but just I know we have a good chance at winning. I know we have a good chance, but I don't want to get too overconfident. That's a good team. But I really feel good about us if the snow does happen. I'm hoping it really snows. I really hope it comes down hard. So, of course, the Bills are known for playing good in the snow. Insane. But let's recap some of the games we had this past Saturday, this past weekend from Wild Card Weekend. Oh, let's start with the Chargers Texans. I did not see this coming. Everyone thought the Chargers were winning. First of all, we did not expect the Texans to play that good. Seriously, we did not expect that to happen at all. Could not believe that. Just Justin Herbert played the worst game, I think, of his NFL career. 4 interceptions. That's just embarrassing. I mean, it started out slow, 6-0 Chargers. Okay, boy, that Texas defense rolled. Of course, the Chargers had a failed point after attempt. The extra point they failed. It was blocked to return all the way to the end zone. That's for 2 points. Ouch! I was like, oh, he does. He chokes. Don't trust the Chargers team. I can't believe I picked them. I mean, pretty much everyone picked the Chargers. C.J. Stroud looked great. 282 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, but still, he completed 22 of his passes of his 33 attempts. Herbert went 14 out of 32 passing attempts. Completion and passing attempts. So 4 interceptions, 1 touchdown. Not a good day for it to be a Chargers fan. That is insane. That is just insane how good this Texas team is right now. That's 32-12, 20 points. That was a weird score, but good catch to pass the Texans. They deserved it. They earned it. And I mean, I expected the Ravens win this one. The Steelers just looked awful. Pittsburgh looked terrible. I knew the Ravens were going to run all over them. It wasn't even close. Steelers got a few touchdowns, but still, I wasn't surprised the Ravens were going to win the one. I was not shocked at all. Derrick Henry ran for over 100 yards rushing. Oh man, he just went bonkers. Had a career day in the playoffs. And the Steelers supposed to be a really good defense. They just looked awful. They looked lost. I'll tell you one thing. Russell Wilson ain't going to be the quarterback next season. I'll tell you that right now. I think it's time for the Steelers to move on from Russ. Even from Fields as well. Maybe get Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold looked terrible in the Rams game. But Stan, I would rather choose him over Russ. But Fields wouldn't be bad either. If they keep him, great. Build him around. But at the same time, I think they should maybe even consider drafting a quarterback. If it gets bad, if they have still quarterback problems, I'd consider drafting one. Probably the Steelers. But I don't know what the future holds for them. And Najee too. Najee might be gone too. They're going to lose a lot of key players in the free agency of the Steelers. So that's a big one. Yeah, it makes sense. Russ going the Raiders. I really could see that one happening. I like that one. So that was bad. 28-14. That one was just awful. The Bills, man. I mean, slow first half in the Bills-Broncos game. It was slow at first. 10-7 at halftime, but it started out oh goodness. When the Broncos hit that opening drive touchdown, I was like, oh geez, this is gonna be a long day, I thought. Pretty much after that, the defense shut down Bo Nix, shut down the Broncos offense. 31 unanswered points after being down 7-0. Impressive. Josh Allen proved why he's an MVP quarterback. Not him, he only did great, but so did James Cook. He looked amazing. Give James Cook a lot of credit. I'll say that's the one guy you really should give credit other than Josh Allen. Played a tremendous game. That's the one that really deserves a lot of the credit. Ty Johnson had a great game. Like, how about Ty Johnson? That catch, that was insane. Like, that pass right there, like from Allen to Ty Johnson, that touchdown, that really should be, I mean, seriously, that shows Josh Allen should be MVP. For real. But yeah, congrats to the Bills, man. My Bills are moving on. But it was a good season in Denver. So, I mean, I think they'll be back in the playoffs next year. Who knows, though, but it's hard in this league. Eagles, Packers, that was kind of a boring game. You know, the Eagles won. I'm happy the Packers got eliminated. That made it to your mixed day. Bills won, and the Packers got eliminated the same day. That is just a good day for this year. Packers look awful. They beat up us. But the Eagles looked like frauds at times. At the same time, they should have won by more than just 12 points. Let's be honest there. That's the opportunities the Eagles had. Meanwhile, I think that the very opening kickoff, that fumble like Nixon had for the Packers, you clearly recovered it. I think that was one of the wildest calls I've seen all year. The NFL officials are just god awful. I cannot believe that happened. But the best game, I'd say, over Wild Card Weekend was the Commanders and the Buccaneers. What a football game that was. Washington always does well in these close games. I mean, he started out like the Bucs looked good, but De'Ami Brown had a tremendous game. He had a touchdown. All I gotta say, that's the one that really impressed me the most was De'Ami Brown. He had a great game. Oh, I picked Washington. I called it. Instagram called it last week. Instagram called it that Washington was going to win last week. You know, a lot of people thought I was crazy, but I had a feeling about this Washington team with Jaden Daniels in the lunchtime situations. I think Gonzalez had a great game too. Of course, Mike Evans had a touchdown. You know, it was 10-10 at all one point. Bucks had the lead. I was like, oh man, I thought the Bucks were going to win at that point. But Washington responded. Terry McLaurin gets that touchdown, get the lead. Me too, Jay. I took the Rams as well. But boy, what a drive for Washington. Zane Gonzalez, I mean, gotta be the luckiest man on earth, that kicker. I mean, doinks it, but somehow goes in. Washington wins the game. What a game that was. Tough break for Baker Mayfield, especially that fumble. Yeah. That was a costly fumble. That was a tough break for, the Bucs losing like that. I think that was a game changer. Like Mayfield fumbles that you knew that was gonna be a game changer. But still, a good win for them. Really, congratulations for Jane Daniels. And Monday Night Boy, Darnold looked like he was seeing ghosts. He kind of looked like the New York Jets days of him. Oh, Rams dominant. I knew the Rams were going to win that one, but I didn't expect it to blow up. But the Rams, that defense surprised me. I'm telling you, other than the Lions, I think this might be one of the best teams in the NFC right now. Eagles, I mean, I know everyone thinks the Eagles too, but I just think this Rams team could beat the Eagles. Okay, so that's good. Congrats to the Rams, but tough way to end it for Sam Darnold on a tremendous season he had in the regular season, and just big games, he just wets the bed. Like the Week 18 game was battle for the 1 seed, and wild card they struggled. Tough way to end it for the Sam Darnold. But let's get into this week's picks, shall we? Let's start with Saturday at 4:30 on ESPN and ABC. It is the AFC divisional matchup. It is Houston Texans at the Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, Chiefs, they haven't played a game like over 2 weeks. They had a lot of guys rested after the win over the Steelers. They haven't played. They haven't played a full roster game together because they had a lot of backups last week. I mean, a couple weeks ago when they played. So it's been a while. So the Rams Chiefs got so much rest. But the thing is, could it come back to haunt them? Like rusty? Could they be rusty or not? The spread is 8.5 on MSP. So I'm in the playoffs for my football pool. I'm in the MSP. 8.5 for who I take in this one. I'm going to take the Houston spread, but I still think the Chiefs will win. But I don't know. The Chiefs could. I think Texans will compete with them, but still, like, let's get a closer game than the experts think. The spread's 8.5. I don't see the Chiefs covering. So I feel like I don't know. I feel like Houston could maybe even beat them. Even maybe, but the refs will find a way to get the Chiefs to the AFC Championship game. I'll tell you that right now. That's what I got in that one. I think Texans will. I'll take the Texans spread. Because plus 8.5 I'd take for sure. Let's move on to the Saturday night game on Fox. 8:00 on Fox is the Washington Commanders at the Detroit Lions. So, Lions. I mean, they're the favorites to win the NFC. We'll see if they prove it. I mean, this Washington team can be scary. Spread's 9.5 favored by Detroit. I'm taking the Lions to cover, and I think they're my pick of the week, folks. That's what I like. I like the Lions, my pick of the week. I think they're coming their roll. Well, I mean, Washington will give a fifth at the beginning, but I think Detroit rolls. They're going to prove that they are the team to beat in the NFC. So I like Detroit in this one. And the Sunday games, 3:00 on NBC, it is the LA Rams at the Philadelphia Eagles. Rams came off an impressive win over the Vikings. The Eagles wasn't times up pretty, but they found a way to win. But the spread's 5.5 favored by the Eagles. I am taking the Rams in the points, and I think the Rams will win. I'm telling you, I think the Rams are going to beat the Eagles. This is my upset pick. I like to pick up Hurts for the win. I think so. Rams are going to win, folks. This is why I see it. It's going to be Stafford versus in the NFC Championship. That's what I think it's going to be. The Rams are winning this thing, guys. They're one of the dangerous teams. I think that's the team that's going to be a threat to Detroit. I really think so. So I like the Rams in this one. And the main event, the biggest game of the week, probably the best playoff game I think could be also possibly too. Like probably the best playoff matchup all year. I think it's going to be Ravens at the Bills. I feel like whoever wins this is going to get MVP. They already decided about the regular season, but still. MVP favorites going head-to-head. What a match we're going to see. Ravens, really great offense. So are the Bills. Of course, the Ravens got a two-headed monster. They got Lamar Jackson who can run the ball well. Other than just, he's a quarterback that can run like Allen, but they also got Derrick Henry. How are we going to stop Derrick Henry? The last time we played these guys, we got our ass kicked. The Bills did. But at the same time, we didn't have Milano. We did not have Teron Johnson and Bernard Neck in that week 4 matchup. Think about it. But still, it's a good Ravens team. It's going to be a battle. I feel like it's going to come down to whoever has the ball last kind of game. But there's snow in the forecast. It's going to be below 10 degrees. It's going to be single digits, they're saying. But it's going to be a really cold game in Buffalo. I mean, Derrick Henry can handle the cold. Don't get me wrong. But I like if it's a snow game, give me the Bills. Don't underestimate this Buffalo Bills team in the snow. But the thing is, last time they played a playoff game in the snow, they got destroyed by Joe Burrow. But I can't count this Bills out team. I'm telling you that. But I'm not sleeping on Baltimore. I feel like whoever wins is going to end up making the Super Bowl, in my opinion. I feel like whoever wins is going to beat the Chiefs. Man, I don't know. It could very well be, but man, our defense has got to step up big time in that game. Our defense looked amazing last week, but this is not Bo Nix. This is not a rookie quarterback. This is an MVP, a 2-time MVP quarterback in Lamar, and you got Derrick Henry, who's great. You got receivers who are great too. And defense can be tough too. They're going to give it to Allen problems too, but I think it's going to be a battle for the ages. Give me the Bills in the snow for sure. It's going to be Bills-Chiefs. Or maybe Bills-Texans. Hopefully, the Texans will win, but at the same time, Bills-Chiefs would be a good AFC championship. Yeah, whoever wins is going to mostly get a good chance of making the Super Bowl. Give me the Buffalo Bills. And also, I'll give 2 more picks, like a national championship pick and also the Sabres game I will attend this Friday. All right, so Ohio State, Notre Dame. This is going to be a classic. 2 storied programs in college football going head-to-head. A lot of rich history of national championships these 2 schools have won. Ohio State's had the more recent national championship than Notre Dame. Notre Dame hasn't won one in a long time. Meanwhile, Ohio State, last time they won it was a decade ago. As much as I want to root for Notre Dame, I got the Buckeyes. Ohio State has been the best team in the college football playoffs. Notre Dame's been looking amazing too, but I got to go with the Buckeyes. They're the hottest team going in this championship game. They've been playing with a chip on their shoulder. They beat Tennessee pretty easily. They knocked off the best number 1 team in the nation in Oregon. And then they beat Texas. Their defense made a huge play to pretty much put that game away. It's Texas. So, seriously, I got to go Buckeyes in this one. As much Notre Dame will give them a run for the money. No doubt about it, because Notre Dame kind of got lucky against Penn State, so they won't get this time. Lucky the Irish ain't going to happen this time. It's going to be the Buckeyes. And then one more pick, the Buffalo Sabres versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. Instagram Mick will be at the arena at the KeyBank Center for that game. Sabres Penguins. This is a huge one for me. Absolutely, over the Bills. But so Sabres just won tonight over the Hurricanes. Meanwhile, the Penguins have lost. They're on a losing streak right now. And I'm going to the game with my dad and his fiance. Of course, my dad's fiance is a big Penguins fan, so that's the reason we're going. Also meet up some, family friends and all that too. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun game. I'm excited to be back in Buffalo. Last time I was at the KeyBank Center, the Sabres won. The Sabres beat the Capitals. I was just there, over a week ago. And they beat the Capitals. So I think the Sabres are gonna beat the Penguins. Penguins should be watch out for those Sabres right now. I'm telling you, Penguins look awful right now. They lost to the Kraken. They got 5 goals back-to-back games, over the weekend, both Saturday and Sunday's games. Sabres released by at least 3 goals or more. I think Sabres at least put up 5 or 6 or 7 goals because they just came up huge one with the Hurricanes. Sabres got the momentum on their side. The Penguins are due for a win, but at the same time, I like the Sabres. Hope everyone enjoys their football weekend. Divisional weekend. Make sure to watch the Sabres game on Friday. Local viewers, and of course, if you're outside of Western New York, the Buffalo, no more Biden murder. Yes, sir. That's gonna be inauguration as well. Don't forget to watch the inauguration as well. So, hope everyone enjoys their weekend. Go Bills and go Sabres.